Do you have a failed X13 blower motor? My name is Michael Starratt. I'm with United HVAC Motors. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace one of our blower motors. To replace the blower motor, the first thing you need to do is turn off the main breaker at the main panel. Now that the main breaker is turned off, we can go ahead and disconnect the wires to the motor. They're on this side. I have the wires disconnected. The next thing I need to do is remove the squirrel cage. The squirrel cage is on sliders, so to take it out, you need to slide it out. First thing I need to do is, there's some screws up here that we need to remove in order to let it slide. Okay, I have the screw removed. The next thing I do is I take this squirrel cage and I slide it out. So we have our failed X13 blower motor, and we have the motor from United HVAC Motors that we're going to use to replace this one. I'm going to go over the steps that it takes to remove this blower motor. I have my helper with me. The first thing we need to do is get to the shaft on the motor, and there's a set screw here. We're going to use a tool and we're going to loosen this set screw. The set screw is now loose. I'm also going to take some WD-40 and I'm going to give it a little spray, just to loosen up that shaft. Sometimes these shafts are corroded. If you have an overly corroded one and this technique does not work for you, we have other videos that can help you get out a corroded shaft. The next thing we're going to do is turn the motor back over. There's 3 bolts up here. We're going to take these 3 bolts out. We're going to use a wrench and we're going to take them out. Okay, now we have our 3 bolts out. Next thing we're going to do is take this motor out. There, the motor's out. Please take this squirrel cage and put it to the side for a moment. So we have the motor we just took out, and we have our replacement. Now what we need to do is we need to transfer this band with these legs to this motor. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by taking off this band. To do it, we need to undo this bolt right here. Once it falls off, you don't have to take it all the way off. You can just slide it off. So this is the motor that's no longer any good. We'll put this over here. And here's the motor that we're replacing it with. Let's go ahead and put it right here. Take careful note, when you do this, you see the plugs here. We don't want the arms to be blocking the plug. You won't be able to plug it back in. So let's go ahead and keep them away from the harness. Now this belly band, you also need to take special note that once it's installed, you want it in the middle of the motor. If it's too high or too low, the motor is going to be out of balance. So right in the middle is a good place for it. So let's go ahead and get this installed. Okay, so we're a little bit tight. I'm going to loosen this up a little bit more. So these arms have indentations on them. You want to get the belly band over that indentation. Okay, so I also have this belly band right in the middle of the motor. My helper will go ahead and hold this here for me. Just put a finger there, please. Good. So now I'm going to tighten up this bolt again. Let's go ahead and turn this a little bit. Right here, and hold it here, please. So now I'm going to tighten this bolt up again. Once I get partially tight, I want to make sure that the legs are still within the grooves. It's within the grooves. So let's go ahead and continue tightening this. You want to get this pretty tight so that it doesn't rattle. Let's give it a feel. Pretty tight. Belly band is right in the middle. All these legs, they're in the indent on the legs. Pretty even, you look good. So let's go ahead and get it back in the squirrel cage. So we have the squirrel cage here. We're going to look for the side that has a set screw in it, right here. That's the side that the shaft has to pop through. So we're going to put that side down. So now I have the set screw on the bottom. We're going to go ahead and take our motor, and then we're going to go ahead and put it through the squirrel cage. While we have it like this, I'm going to make sure that we're lined up with our set screw. We are. Let's go ahead and put this back. We'll line it up with our original holes that we took out for these bolts right here. And then we'll go ahead and install these back in. Going to go around, make sure they're all nice and snug, not over snug, but just snug. So we have our motor here, it's installed. Now we have to work on the spacing right here, because if we turn it now, it scrapes against it. So in order to fix this, we need to move this internal squirrel cage a little bit that way. So how do we do that? We go to this side where the set screw is. We make sure that the set screw is lined up with the flat part of the shaft, and we take this internal piece and we just push it away a little bit until it goes nice and free. When it's nice and free, visually inspect, make sure we're in the middle. We are. Then go back to your set screw. Once again, make sure the flat piece is in line with the set screw, and then take a wrench. You can probably do it by finger at first, and then take a wrench and tighten this up. Nice and tight, it's nice and tight. Now it spins well. So at this point, we're done with this part, and we will take it back over to the machine and install it and show you that it works. So we have our squirrel cage with our motor in it that we've replaced from United HVAC Motors, and we're going to take the squirrel cage and we're going to install it back into our air handler. On the side of the squirrel cage, there's a piece of metal here, and on this side that acts like a drawer. So we're going to pick this up, and we're going to find those by looking inside. And line it back up and slide it in. While we're here, let's not forget to install the screw here to get this nice and secure. It's nice and secure. The next thing we're going to do is reinstall these wires. The high voltage is keyed. It only goes in one way. That one goes in first. Our low voltage one goes in here as well. You may have low voltage wires that are crimped, that have spades on them. Go ahead and install them the same way you took them out. Once you install them and turn the power back on, if it's not working for you, we have videos about active speed taps and which ones you have to use. So let's go ahead and plug this back in. The next thing I want to do is turn on the breaker at the main panel to re-energize this unit. And then we'll go to our thermostat and we'll turn it on cool, which it is, and the fan on as well. And here you go, our system is running. The job is complete. In this video, we showed you how to uninstall an X13 blower motor, and then how to install an X13 blower motor that you bought from us. I hope that this helped you greatly. If it did, go ahead and like that video and subscribe.